Alright, what is up, what is up, what is up, everybody? So, welcome to an episode of Hogwarts Legacies with the adventures of Harry Potter. So, I said that when they dropped that patch that redid the way the graphics were on the game, that broke quite literally all of the mods on the game, I was not going to touch it. I never took that update on my laptop. I paused to play on this series. As a matter of fact, the last time I did an episode was back in 2023 when the game was first came out. But recently they had done a giveaway on Epic Games, and it's on a Steam sale. I think. Well, I think it might even still be on a sale on Epic. So it's like dirt cheap, ballpark $5, maybe $5.99. I can't remember the price off the top of my head. I know I grabbed up the DLC because I had two Epic accounts. I know Vampy grabbed up a free copy, and apparently the DLC for it was like $1.99. So we used our rewards to grab up the DLC, and on my alt account where I have no rewards, I just have the base game. So I have like 3 different versions of this game: the pre-order on Steam, and then the giveaway on Epic. Obviously, I'm going to play on my pre-order one. I probably will never bother to compare if there's a major difference. Probably not that much, other than some little small knick-knack items. But I did say that if I got a new computer or if they put it on the GeForce Now platform, that I would revisit the game. Because at the time when I started this series, I was testing out forcing the game in true full screen, which worked rather well, by the way. I don't know if it still works. Obviously, I have not tested it out ever since they made some of the major changes, and I was not a big fan of in-game mod stores. I really can't stand that. At the very least, I think that should be an optional thing if you want that shit in your game. And so when games push out like major changes, major updates like this, I do get a little annoyed, at least on Steam, that they don't offer a rollback on the betas tab for a lot of them. But having said that, I did say I would take a look at this game. And this has been a long time coming. Fans of this game have been wanting to actually they've been wanting to actually get this game on GeForce Now since it launched. To be honest, I kind of feel like they dragged their ass bringing it to this platform. Let me check something out. Yeah, so it's 90% off on because GeForce Now does give the thing out just so you guys can see. But because they do advertise it on GeForce Now. For those not familiar with this platform, you have to own the games on one of the platforms, like Steam or Epic, or any of their supported platforms, and then you can play basically games on the cloud. So I logged in here, got it set up. I thought I was gonna have to do like a whole logging into my Warner Brothers accounts crap, but apparently I didn't have to mess with any of that. I only had to claim some stuff, agree to some ignorant crap, and claim some free items. I don't know if that's because I'm launching it from GeForce Now or if they gave us new items. Some of it looked familiar, some of it didn't. Might have just even been a case of either new items or I just didn't remember some of the crap I got. But I wanted to test how this game ran on this platform. I was curious. It does seem to take a minute though to want to boot up. I have noticed that. So this preparing shaders thing will happen every time you run the game. I do find it quite annoying, if I'm being brutally honest. That you have to like preload or prepare shaders every time you run a game. I don't know what that's about. That should be something you can just enable, disable, bam, you're done. I was quite happy that my characters did port over. Okay, so I'll go over a couple of things real quick. So this character was named after my Star Wars Galaxies character. I probably mentioned this when I first started the series, but since it's been a couple of years, I'll recap. This was my Bloodfang character on Star Wars Galaxies. Harry Palm was a play on words. Yes, my inner child was coming to the surface when I made this character for the series, but it was a double play on words. So obviously, you guys, probably get the joke by the name. But there's a magical undertone as well, also, which is why I say play on words, because palming is a magical technique that magicians use to make things vanish and reappear in front of your eyes. Sleight of hand techniques and stuff. So it's basic beginner type stuff for a lot of magicians. So I thought that was kind of, a funny yet neat name as a play on words for this character. Hence the reason why I named him what I named him, because I didn't want to just outright name him Harry Potter. I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of people have a Harry Potter. And Gryffindor was actually the little challenge that you did on the Warner Brothers website when this game first released. There was like a test quiz kind of thing that you went through, a little magic thing, and it would tell you what your house would be. Gryffindor actually ended up was the house that I ended up being assigned to. So that was able to port in the game. So I did find that kind of fun, a fun thing to do or whatever, and interesting that I actually got that house. And it's all basically one of those things based on how you answer questions and whatnot. But I don't know if they still do that or not. But if they do, if you're new to the game, whenever you're getting all that set up, that might be worth looking into. It was a neat thing to do at the time when I did it. And I had debated on doing a new character, but I can't remember what the character limit is on this. I'd have to look it up. I didn't think to look it up, but since I'd already had my save games backed up, I just decided to go ahead and continue on. I'm not going to look at the play mods thing, the in-game mods thing. At some point, I may go over it just to see what it is, but I want to play the game legit. So I'm probably not going to mess with any of that. I'm going to go over settings real quick. Let's see. So I'm going to actually take my VCam off for this part because I got to get that set up. I didn't bother setting that up yet. So just to kind of let you guys know, I'm on middle tier for GeForce now, so this is their, I'm assuming, default that they threw me at. So I'm going to test that out, see how that looks. I may play around with settings. I almost wonder if some stuff ported in from my settings or something, because music was all the way down and that was definitely how I had it set. Even sound effects, whatnot. I'm going to have to test all that out. So it looks like the game may have ported in some of my settings. I cannot remember if I had Q binded as sprint on here. I normally do if I can. But I'm not entirely sure if I did that keybind or if those keybinds popped in. Looks like I'll probably end it off in the Halloween season if I'm to go by the background. And my animes program that I use for VCamming, I guess because I'm such a big dude, I can't even fit my damn big ass hat in this damn thing. Probably because my head is so big. I got a big head. Probably shouldn't have let Bampy hear that though. So I am gonna pop in. Alright, here we go. I wonder how fast it'll load in comparison. Oh, okay, so I'm gonna move my camera. Oh, there we go. So I'm gonna move my camera, shrink it a little bit because I don't want to like intrude on the interface too much. So that's looking like that's probably a good spot. I would lower it. No, but I think that's probably a good spot. I'm gonna leave it like that for now. Oh, but that's a bad spot for that. So let me see if I can do this. Hold up. I generally like to have my cam in a spot where it's not gonna block a whole heck of a lot. Ah, there we go. Not blocking any of that. Like we're good with that. Apparently, supposedly they added a photo mode. Alright, so I need to go find. Oh, the volume seems loud enough. Volume seems might be loud enough. I didn't know if the volume was going to be too low because I do lower it with Windows, the GeForce Now thing, and I noticed it was at 20% on there. So I'm trying to see if the
All of my siblings have gone on to work for the ministry, but I'm not sure I want to do that. Unless it's an aura.
hold
Oh,
on.
I'd like to be an aura.
All of my siblings have finished at Hogwarts. Nice to be here on my own for once.
My family has been sorted into Ravenclaw for generations. Bit of a bookish lot, one might say.
I miss playing gobstones on the kitchen floor with my cousins. Not the same here in the courtyard.
My family has a lot of Muggle traditions, from my mother's side. I don't mind most of them, but cooking without magic can get exhausting.
I'm glad I don't have to stay in the castle for the holidays. I find the moving staircases unnerving when no one's around.
Alright, we're going to test that out.
Also,
Gonna test that out because I had it at 20% on Windows volume on the GeForce Now thingo, and apparently my in-game settings had this at 20%. So hold on.
Protego!
Oh, is that what that is? Okay. And that might be why I didn't bother. Okay. So that might be why that's probably why I did not set that to Q. Okay.
I'm
So
tempted to say I lost my wand to get out of Weasley's asylums. How'd that consideration?
so now the fun part. Trying to remember what it was. Acquire and use Mandrake on multiple enemies simultaneously. Okay, yeah, that's much better. I can hear everybody in here too. So this should be same volume as previous streams then, if I did this right. So the only bad thing though about using GeForce Now is you can't use programs like Reshade to bring out the textures and shit on the graphics and touch them up. Because I thought it looked pretty nice with Reshade. See what gear I have. Alright, there. Figured I'd shrink my cam a little bit more just so I can see the gear and stuff. That way it's not blocking anything for you guys. Health 700. Defense 87. Offense 102. Okay, that's collection thing. Talents. I'm gonna try to remember how to do a lot of this shit. Wand handles. I don't remember wand handles being a thing last time I was on here. Flying mounts. Progress through the main story to unlock. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have to compare this to previous videos that I did or whatever, because I'm trying to remember if this was there. I want to say there was a broom thing, but I don't remember wand handles. But then again, maybe it was a thing. Maybe it was a thing. Yeah, because it looks like I selected one, so. Let's go to quest. So I must apparently progress through the main story. Yeah, it's Professor's assignment. Hmm. So that's the main storyline. The next prod. Oh, why is it no longer? Why is it no longer showing me my quest down on the bottom? There we go. Diamond inventory. Oh, that apparently this is my inventory. Alright, so that's how much money I have. I'm wondering how much further I gotta go to get to the flying mount. That's the inventory. Well, at least they give you a sizable inventory. See if I can remember how to do my broom. But apparently that's not the broom. Hey, pull your broom out. Apparently I have manual saves that I've done. Did I take all the empty spots? Looks like I might have taken all the empty spots. Oh, looks like it's done a couple of auto saves on me. Okay. That's something I didn't even think to look at before I got started. Oh well. Oh well. Um.
My family has a gobstones tournament every year. Bit chaotic, but loads of fun.
I suppose it's nice that Poppy is befriending humans for a change.
Hogwarts has ever seen. No ability to have a rapport with his pupils whatsoever.
Hmm. I don't know if this other broom was one that I got. I think it was one of the ones I seen pop up. I mean, the one that I'm selected right here, right now, whatever, is the one that I had. But That's broom upgrade though. How the fuck do you call your broom?
Depulso.
Yeah, it tells you how to get off of the broom, but it don't tell you how to pull the damn broom out.
Protego.
Hmm. Okay, this I don't remember. I don't remember them showing me what I could unlock with locks and shit on it.
Revelio.
Okay, that was that. That's that. You know what, we're gonna use the Ticos. Hold up. My phone out here. Hogwarts Legacy. How do you pull out your broom? Yeah, I've been hitting that, so hold on. That don't make sense. I don't recall having to go into my gear menu every time I damn did this. Oh, okay. This one it was a shortcut key. That don't make sense. Why would you have to open up your inventory every time? You should be able to just pull that bitch out. Yeah, see, I won't be sitting here while on live stream looking at fucking stupid ass videos. I was trying to read it off Google, but I mean, they say go to your inventory. This is the fucking answer. Basically, go where your equipped items are and either hit B or space bar. I mean, like, this shit don't even make sense. Like, why would I need to continuously... Like, the bitch is equipped. That's inventory. I hate you push one button, open a window. Yeah, okay.
Levioso! Arresto momentum.
Okay.
Aloha Mora.
Are you shitting me? Your salts are full. What the hell? I'm not even carrying that much. What the fuck? Damn, got my shit. Gear 20 of 20. So that's the problem? Maybe I do need to look at the mod section. Maybe I need to loot everything mod. I can't even remember how to pull the broom out. Shit. Okay, I don't want in there. Dude, come on. Let me see if Vampy's off work. Maybe Vampy remembers. Dude, is shit gonna stay locking up long? Damn it. I wonder, am I in an area where I can't pull the broom? Maybe that's the problem. Maybe I'm in a spot where you just, I could have swore I could have pulled the broom out here, but just don't know. Yeah. It's a big fucking school. Isn't it so cool going to a school like this? I mean, even if it wasn't a magic school, just the freaking castle school. Oh, what is down there? I don't recall that. Was it like a church or something?
I'd sink like a stone.
Going for a swim?
Goodness, no. Though I'm beginning to think I really should learn how to swim. Can't very well be liaison to the mer people if I don't know how to swim.
You're a liaison to the mer people.
Well, not technically, no. At least not yet. The position doesn't actually exist at the moment, but I have a plan to change that. I'm Nerida, by the way. Nerida Roberts. We didn't officially meet, but we duelled in the Crossed Wands Club.
Yes, of course. Good to see you again.
And you.
You seem quite interested in mer people.
I am. And they're as misunderstood and disregarded by wizard kind as goblins and centaurs are. I feel that if goblins and centaurs have liaison officers at the Ministry, then the mer people should have one too.
I'm impressed. I think reaching out to the mer people is a grand idea.
You do? Oh, thank you. Of course I haven't exactly done anything just yet. I presented them with a gift a few weeks ago, and they wanted to leave me one as well, in one of their caves. Reciprocity and an offer to visit. I tried telling them I couldn't swim, but I'm afraid that bit got lost in translation. Mermish really is tricky.
How has wizard kind fallen short in its treatment of mer people?
Well, we've consistently deigned mer people as being beneath us despite the many similarities between our cultures. One can hardly blame them for declining being status by the Ministry years ago. Who are we to classify those of such beauty and intelligence?
What do you imagine a liaison to the mer people would do?
Oh, so many things. I want to know everything I can about them. After I've mastered swimming, I perfect my mermish, of course, and I'd share with them anything they wanted to know about wizard kind. My hope is that by understanding each other better, both of our societies could grow.
What is it about the mer people that interests you so much?
I can't begin to tell you how brilliant they are. I mean, rumour is that tales about them have infiltrated even the Muggle world. The oldest known mer people, sirens, come from Greece. And of course Scotland has Selkies and Ireland is home to Merrows. I could go on for ages about them. Their glorious underwater communities, domestication of sea life, their art and music. It's a travesty how little is understood about them.
Well, I can swim and could help you if you'd like.
You'd really do that? Oh, thank you. Thank you, thank you. The last thing I want is for them to think I'd shunned their gift. Diplomacy is a delicate dance. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I think you can dive down to their cave from just there in the water. I can't wait to hear about what you find. One day soon I'll see for myself. I just know it.
Okay, interesting. Mankind and mermaids. Oh, hello. Let me finish being freaking nosy and see what was in here.
I've always said that travel broadens the mind.
Oh. Okay, so definitely not a church. Looks like a fort. That probably makes sense why she was over there. Okay. Alright, oh,
I really should look into gillyweed, although I'd still need to swim.
Alright, give me a sec. I'll be back. I'm gonna grab a drink, guys. Yeah, I'm back. Not one thing, it's another. Always gotta deal with stuff when I'm streaming here, so guess I go swimming.
Did the mer people really leave Nerida an artifact? Revelio. Revelio. Caporso.
Dude, come on. Let me do this. Can I go dump some of this stuff in my room? Hold on, how am I level locked? I thought I was able to get in my own storage chest.
Well, aren't we the loveliest of them all? And I don't say things I don't mean.
I don't know why I thought I had a storage thing up here. That's cloaks and robes. Unidentified back item. How am I wearing it then if it's unidentified? I don't remember that being a thing, but okay. Hmm.
Dearie me, you are a lot of fools, aren't you? Guess we tried from the greenhouse?
Alright, so maybe not here. Trying to find my way out. Oh. Maybe not that way. I think this is the door I'm looking for. Nope, not that door. Definitely not that door. It's the other door. Okay then. Oh, you was gonna say that door, wall, what? Not gonna open? Okay, so I am outside. But why can I not use my broom? Hmm.
Revelio.
Okay, so I am seeing what it is like on medium graphics. Something I do want to do. Go to setting. Go. I just wanted to see what the texture quality looked like, if it made a difference. I'll leave everything else on medium, but bumped up textures is always nice. Honestly, I didn't see that much of a huge difference cycling through the settings. I mean, you could tell, but like the game still kind of more or less looked the same. I can't believe I can't remember how to do this damn broom. Let me see. Alright, thank you, Vampy. Vampy finally gave me the message on how to do. So it was hold down tab for those that want to know, and then press 3. Tab and 3 if you're on the PC version. Thank you, Vampy. Let me send her a message because I just checked. Alright. Yes, and so space bar to go up, control to go down. This has just made traveling a lot more easier. Uh-oh. How did I come out of fast mode? Hold on, that was speed burst. Double flight speed. Okay, that's not helping. We will figure this shit out. No, we don't want to dismount. What button does that mean? Lock. Okay. Hold on. You can't enter while mounted. Well, that's one way. Okay, shift the speed up, shift the slow. Okay. That's what I hit. Good to know. Good to know. Alright, we learned how to fly in Hogwarts Legacy. Learn how to be a Gryffindor. I have no idea where I'm landing. Okay, and now we can get off. Because we out in the middle of nowhere, indubitably. I'm gonna go sell some shite. Gonna sell some shite. Let's do some figure out where I'm supposed to be going. Did I go the wrong way? The one way, the wrong way. Okay. Which way am I? Hogsmeade is where I want to go, so I need to turn right back around. So that's going to the Forbidden Forest. So I was going the wrong way, in the one way, because I know I can't fly straight in there. Looks like that's Hogsmeade. Yes, I put it at. I know, right? I would totally take him home with me.
Just let me know if there's something in particular you're looking for. Let me know if there's anything else I can do to help.
Why am I wearing this? Oh no. I don't know. Apparently I'm not wearing that. Let's see what a room of requirement is. Hold up. Did I really just do that? I did. I did. That was totally not intentional. Although it is kind of windy around here. I will say, I will give them credit. They did do a nice job. I know I've been running around on stream here lost and shit trying to remember how to do this game. On one end, I probably should have started over, but I didn't feel like that would have did my original series justice. I just felt like I could just continue from the same story, and I assume sooner or later it'll come back to me. I know there's a way to get that.
Accio!
Okay. I believe I just remembered how to get it. But I will give credit where credit is due. They did a nice job on the game. They did a nice job on this game. The one thing though, and I probably will look at the mod section for this part once, because I did want to kind of finish this guy's story out, is finding shit to do in the world after the fact. That's where kind of these type of games fall short. Which is why I kind of wish they had, like, you know, maybe a survival aspect, you know, a mode kind of thing, or repeatable quest, that kind of thing. You know, a different mode where you could run around with your character and do like a whole lot of cool crap, interact in the world and shit, to give it a little extra replay value. So that is something that I'm probably gonna look for if I do peek in the mod section of this game, to see if they have something for that, so to speak.
I simply pretended that someone had used Expelliarmus. But really, I'd forgotten to bring it out with me. Never seen such an unruly garden. It's a wonder we're not overrun with gnomes.
Let alone the windows. It's a wonder they can even see out.
Last time I passed by, someone had etched an eye on it.
What? What do you mean, etched an eye?
In the dirt. Likely some young scallywag thinking themselves clever. Etched an eye right in the filth on the window.
Well, I never. Etched an eye, you say?
Yes, etched an eye.
I don't like the sound of that. Don't like the sound of it at all.
That does sound rather untoward, doesn't it? An eye, you say?
Yes. I wondered if he'd said etched an eye too.
Yes, an eye.
Well, I shall be keeping my windows clean.
You shan't be the only one.
I'd highly recommend it.
An eye, you say?
Most untoward.
Most untoward.
I met a girl once. Looked like an inferius. Pretty, though. Didn't eat much.
Reparo has saved me more broken glasses than I care to count.
Not saying I don't cast the odd cleaning spell when no one's looking.
What's the point of toiling if it can be done with magic?
Okay.
Not a day goes by I don't wish I'd paid better attention in defense against the dark arts. The world needs talented aurors now more than ever.
Oh, hard work and good luck.
Okay, I'm not gonna listen. I'm not gonna be that nosy. But as I was saying, stuff like that's kind of a must-have. Adding additional stuff to do in games like this. Especially considering, because it's like, you know, it's sort of kind of a waste, because they do like a really good job, and then once you know, creating the world and everything, but then it's like once you do all the story part, you know, all the little side quests and collectible crap, it's like you're kind of left with nothing left to do after you've explored everything. So having something, you know, that you can
be with you in a bit.
Continue to do would be good.
I'm told that last Clementine had you chasing butterflies all through the forest. She's quite a one, that girl.
Okay. He's a bender.
No one can say I don't keep a stacked shelf.
Daybreak and Darkpaw would probably be smart to do an EverQuest game similar to this, but open world survival / story type shit. I know a lot of people want that game redone in like Unreal Engine 5 or something, but I don't think it would really do it justice to have it, because it'd be big as shit. That is one huge ass world. If they were to do the complete live version like that, they would have to like stick to like the early expansions. I'd probably say the base game in the first two, the Canark and Valius. Wow. Okay, that's where I made a mistake last time. Okay. That's where I want to go. I believe this was my secret room. Gear identified. Well, that was pretty cool. I'm assuming that's the in-out door. Yeah, I remember doing this room and setting it up or whatever. Cool as shit. But at the same time, we ain't got no storage chests. We need storage chests in the room. Okay, so let's look at this. Not that one. It was a cloak. There's my offense is at 92. This is the part that gets kind of confusing. Excuse me. So this is the equipped item. 16. But I've got the legendary over here. See, that's the part I'm going to need to read up on that. Because it's like my defense is low. It's like my green one is better than my so-called legendary. Like, you would think it would be the opposite. The sell value for my shit, 60, 200 for the green. So it's like, I don't get it. I don't get it. Like legendary gear is supposed to be better than your basic gear. Yet if I'm reading this right, my legendary is ass in comparison to my basic. So it's like I don't get it. And I think that's why I haven't sold anything yet. I think that's sort of what put me at a standstill on the game. I think that's kind of where I was running into some issues towards the end there when I had paused play. I mean, that's not the main reason I paused play on the series. I was running into some performance issues testing stuff out, and I was also testing stuff out with the game in Reshade, and then they, at some point, I can't remember when, but it was definitely after I paused play on the series when they dropped that update. I want to say last year, maybe. Is it last year, earlier this year, when they added the mod shop, whatever time period that was? It definitely caused me to pause play. Like I like the designs on these. Offense shows 27 negative. No upgrade applied on defense. Oh, cannot upgrade. Okay, so this legendary has upgrades. Okay, so I cannot upgrade. Or okay. It's starting to make a little more sense. But can you upgrade your defense? Well, not defense, but the offense. Can I bump that back up? It's going to be interesting checking that out. I may take the drop. I don't want to take the drop, but that's only 9 difference. That's only 9 difference. So I may take the drop. I might read up on that though. I might do some research on that though. Yeah, we might have to look into that a little bit. These look roughly about the same tier. Yeah, I'm gonna have to read up on how armor works on here. My outpost. Over that later. West log. Okay. Okay. Seriously? Alright, so let's see. Check our save game there. Restart from last save point. Those are all manual saves. But what are the auto saves? Because it seems to be auto saving quite a bit, and apparently I have more than one auto save. So it's like I may not even bother to do manual saves anymore. At least not while I'm doing this series. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it looks like it's at least doing about 5 periodic auto saves, with the rest being manual. Which I kind of like that it does that, if I'm being really honest. So you don't have to consistently manually save, unless you just want to. So it gives it kind of that like open world MMO feel. You know, where you're running around doing stuff. Yeah, but I definitely think Uncle and just did another save, so awesome. Awesome. I definitely think I'm going to probably call it here. I want to do a little research before I go any further. So I know this has basically just been a kind of a catching my bearings goof off stream. I haven't done any like really serious gameplay on here, other unless you want to call pulling a quest serious gameplay. Oh, and I spent probably about let's see how long we've been streaming. Hour 52 minutes and 14 seconds and counting. So it took me the majority of that time to figure out how to use the broom, and I didn't even figure it out on my own. Bambi's the one that told me. So thank you, Bambi, for telling me how to use the freaking broom again in Hogwarts Legacy. I can't even believe I forgot that shit. I can't, because I mean, like, I would have never, I ain't gonna lie, I would have never guessed that. I would have never guessed that. I mean, to sit there, hold tab, it didn't even think of me to hold tab. All the buttons I'm over here pressing. I pressed every button but tab. But, you know, it's been roughly about, you know, like I said, y'all saw the date on when I last played the character, so it was roughly about that time. I think that was the same time I ran the game on Steam. Let me see, because I think I pulled the last screenshot of that. Last played screenshot. Let me see if I got it. Do I have? I know I have it. Where do I have it? Did I scroll past it? I think this is it. October 12th, 2023. So yeah, that was my screenshot. Yeah, apparently it said at the time I only played like 35.6 hours or some shit. So October 12th, 2023. So I mean, most of my gameplay on this was on the channel anyway, so you guys can see exactly what I've done on the series. That's pretty much my series, my experience max. So still kind of learning the game. I also wanted to kind of revisit this since I've been in kind of a fantasy game MMO mood. And this is a Magic game, so although I was kind of in the mood to play Avatar, but I don't own that game yet. I don't own that game yet, and I don't really have the cash right now to grab it up. But it looked like it would be a fun open world game to play too as well. But this is a good game. I mean, I was in the mood for this one when I saw the giveaway on it. Kind of renewed my interest when I saw it on GeForce Now. So I've definitely been curious to try out the I forget what it's called, but the Griffin thing, the flying mount. Give that a shot. So I'm definitely going to work on a quest, but I think if I remember right, my attitude is I wanted to try to knock out some of the side quests as well. See if I could knock out some of the side quests while I still have the storyline active. Is not to like basically rush all the way to the end of the fucking game. Plus, I read that one of the things I don't like, because I thought it was really cool that the seasons changed. Thought that was a really neat feature to the game. The problem is that they only change when you're going through the story. So, like a certain section of the storyline, that's when the seasons will change on you. Once you get to the end, that's it. They no longer change. I would hope somebody made a mod to correct that as well too. Because like I said, it'd be kind of cool to have like something to do when you get to the end without having to just roll a brand new character. Oh, there we got a save. But if I like it enough, this is probably one of the few games that I probably could say I probably won't mind playing another go. I know it's really hard for me because I like storyline games, but once you get through the story one time, it's like I'm not in the mood to do it anymore. That's it. I mean, I've already you can only watch a movie so many times before it gets stale. That's why I had a hard time when Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines. That's a storyline game. They did an exceptional job. It's got a lot of different clans that you can roll and try out different vampire abilities and stuff. But once you play it one time, once you get to the end, at least for me anyway, it was like, that's it. I'm done. That's it. I'm done. There's nothing else to do. Game over. Because even with there wasn't enough content in it for me personally to make it replayable. A lot of people love replaying it over. It's got a huge fan base. But that's a first example of one. Redemption was a really good one. I liked it. The Diablo top-down feel. I'm mad that they never nobody ever like tried to do another system like they did for multiplayer. You know, the tabletop pen and paper in-game thing. That was actually, in my opinion, a really good system. It's also a perfect example of one of the older titles where like you had a plethora of mods. You even had like a Buffy the Vampire Slayer Sunnydale mod and just like the whole entire works for that game. And like you cannot find shit like that nowhere. Nowhere anymore. That's why I laugh when people sit there and say, well, if it's on the internet, it's on there forever. No, it's not. No, it's not. Because if that's the case, we would find an ass of all the cool crap that used to exist back then. And in comparison, while there is a lot of great stuff out here, I think the variety in options when it comes to mods or even just software, like software from back in the day, was a hell of a lot better than a lot of software out here today, hands down. And I'm not saying that with like nostalgia glasses, but it's like this whole AI concept that people are freaking out about. Dude, I had a program where I had my computer talking to me. And that shit was not AI. I had a little Star Trek setup where I was voice activating my computer. That was on a Windows 98 operating system. I'm so mad I lost that in my house fire or whatever because I totally wish I had mirrored that and uploaded it. Because I have not seen software out there that comes close. The so-called soft AI software that claims to do similar shit, in comparison to what I had set up, is dog ass. It's complete dog ass. I mean, I'm opening up like web browsers on voice command and shit, telling you what to look up. While drinking my coffee. So the creativity from like back in the day in comparison to now, not even on the same websites were even better. You know, you had one instance. You open up your web browser. You only had one process. Now you open up a web browser, you got about 50 fucking processes in the background, and then want to talk about it. Oh, that's to make it run more efficient. No, I don't. No, I don't. You're hogging resources. Efficient my ass, because we don't use flash graphics and shit like that anymore. Like, that's quite literally the only thing that would have bogged the website down. And honestly, flash graphics back in the day were a lot better. Flash graphics within the last decade or so, dog ass. Yeah, but I mean, I think we did away with that if I'm not mistaken anyway. I can't remember the last time I saw a flash website anyhow. But I know back in the day that shit rocked. Because you had like lightning bolts. You thought you was going to the Zeus website. You thought you was on freaking Mount Olympus. And you had bolts of lightning flashing and shit at you. Like, people were really creative with the shit that they put together. The software was better. It's like everything was fucking better. The only thing that wasn't better was the fucking internet. I'm not missing. Goodbye. I'm not missing that shit. I'm not missing that shit. I would say the graphics, the RAM, and the internet. The hardware is better. The internet's better. The graphics in our games are better. But the software? Nah. Nah. Software in comparison, even the way we patch, is ass. 4 megabytes require 400 gigabytes in order to patch. Make that make sense. Patching made more sense back in the day. Like, everything just was better. Well, the majority. I ain't gonna say everything, because like I said, there's some things that came out today. Like this game, the graphics, awesome. But yeah, that's my little my little, I don't know if you call it event, but my spitballing thought process on it. That's kind of where I'm at with it. But yeah, I think I'm gonna pause play here. think I'm gonna go and do some research. Take a pause for the cause. I might stream later. I don't know. Or technically tomorrow, because it's like 11 p.m. for me right now. So, yeah, and I'm already at 2 hours, 4 minutes, and 28 seconds counting. So, yeah. I think it's a healthy first start stream. I kind of want to read up a little bit more. I kind of jumped in this blindly because I was kind of excited. You know, I wanted something different. I ain't gonna lie. If you guys caught my last video, you know that seeing that crap kind of threw me in a mood. You know, as far as that last EverQuest video that I uploaded, and then hopping on Fortnite last night. You know, and seeing how Epic handled the Christmas presents this year for the kids, that threw me in a mood. I ain't even gonna lie. I think that threw me in a mood more than anything. You know, I think it was a combination of everything, and then fucking with the menu. So I needed to play something I knew wasn't gonna piss me the fuck off entirely. Something that was gonna keep me relaxed. You know, and I felt like a single player game was definitely the best way to go, because like I said, I'm gonna sit back and chill. I don't know if I'm gonna continue to do EQ content. I'm kind of on the fence post with that. I have a couple of different things spitballing around in my head as far as where I'm at with that. I will say that it's not a reflection on that community. I mean, like I said, the majority of that community or whatever that I personally interacted with has been Rock'em Sock'em. But I can't help but feel like what I discussed in that video, if it was happening, let's just say, to another demographic, it would be taken a lot more seriously. And so I'm kind of sitting back and seeing how it's going to play out. Because I don't want to recommend a game for people to go on and you got that kind of stuff going on there. You know, it's not cool. So, yeah, I just needed to kind of take a step back. I'm kind of in chill mode right now. Kind of wanted to take a breather, get a little fresh perspective on things. So I figured this was the game to do that in, you know, to go into chillax mode in. Just kind of wanted to run around, look at a couple of things, and go, you know, kind of go from there. And I thought it was neat, my little witchy hat I got on or whatever and shit. I had to get myself set up for the Hogwarts Legacy. I was a cross between the top hat and the witch hat, and I decided to go to witch hat. I suppose at the end it wouldn't have mattered because hell, I can't get it to fit on the fucking camera anyway. So it probably really wouldn't have mattered which hat I wore, if I'm being brutally honest. But fuck it, this one makes me think of the sorting hat. Made me think of the sorting hat. That's why I went the witch hat, because it made me think of the sorting hat. I almost went with the top hat, you know, because that's what it looks like the guys are wearing, the wizards. But I was like, you know, this reminds me of the sorting hat. I want to wear the sorting hat, so, you know, because in my head, you know, I'm sitting there, Gryffindor, you know, like the little sorting hat, you know, when he tells you, like, what your house is going to be. So that's why I went with the little hat, because, you know, it reminded me of the sorting hat. But anyway, yeah, I'm gonna go on and pause here. I'm gonna pause here in this room and read up on how to deal with this armor, because I'm probably gonna go through my inventory and just axe the fuck out of everything. I'm gonna just whatever I'm not wearing, I'm just gonna sell the shit out of it, because I ain't got no storage. I'm feeling some kind of way. I forgot about that. They didn't give me storage in this game. I'm feeling some kind of way that I don't at least have a small loot chest. So, yeah, I think that was one of the things that annoyed me. about this game was that there really wasn't a loot chest in it. And that you gotta be a certain level for that other chest, and ain't no telling what the hell's in that shit, so. But in any case, hopefully you guys enjoyed. Hopefully y'all are staying safe. Hopefully y'all had an awesome Christmas. Yeah, I just hope everybody had an awesome Christmas this year and that y'all stayed safe, you know. Just try to, just try to enjoy yourself. Try to have an awesome day. I'm gonna go, so I'm gonna call it. That's a wrap for me. So I will catch you guys in the next stream. So take care, stay safe, have a good one, everybody. Remember, be cool, don't be a fool.